Let's start. Okay, so today I am starting with height and distance. Okay, height and distance is the main application of your trigonometry. Okay, to measure the height of a tower, to measure the height of the building, to find out the elevation of the angle. Okay, at what angle you are watching the building. Okay, or similar to find the height of a tree and all that. Okay, so before just starting this height and distance on numerical, only numericals are here. Okay, all the trigonometric identities that you have studied, mainly your values. Okay, degree angle values will be used, and your main formula of sine, tan, cos, theta. Okay, now some common definition, or you can say some terms that are related to your height and distance. We should know the basic terms. So there is line of sight. What do you mean by line of sight, Dunya? So I'll tell you. The line of sight is the line drawn from the eye of the observer to the point in the object viewed by the observer. Okay. Now, if you are watching something, if you are watching any object, so what is the line of sight? For example, if there is a sun, okay, and you are watching this sun, so what is the part that you are watching? Your eyes are actually observing or seeing. So on that point, from that point to the your observer eye, there is a line. Okay. Good afternoon, Shaitan. Okay, so this line that you draw between the person's eye, observer eye, to that point which the observer is actually observing the object, this is called line of sight. Okay, this is called line of sight. Okay, now this is the line of sight. Okay, now angle of elevation. Elevation, when you elevate. Okay, actually when see, there are two ways to observe an object. Okay, for example, if you're standing on ground and you are watching a building or a tall tree, so in which way you watch? Okay, you actually elevate your eyes. Okay, or you see upward from the horizontal direction, you see actually upward. Okay, towards the tall building. So in that way, when you are watching. Okay, now if you are for example, there's a tree. Okay, now there's a tree and you are on the ground. Okay, you are on the ground and you are watching this tree. So in which way you watch? You have to elevate your eyes. Okay, you see upward. Okay, you see upward. Okay, and from the ground, this horizontal line from the ground. Okay, so the angle that is made between the horizontal and the your line of sight, this is called angle of elevation, the theta. This theta is called angle of elevation. Okay, this is your horizontal.
Ma'am, which chapter is it?
This is your height and distance, Shazan.
This is your
Height and distance. The application of your trigonometry. Okay, the main application of your trigonometry is height and distance, which is used for measuring tall buildings height, towers height, trees, and what will be the angle at what you are watching, how far it should be, what should be the perfect height for that. Okay, everything. How should be the shadow should be falling. All these things when they are designing your architecture, then they calculate these things. Okay, so that's all we are studying here. Now, a line of sight. Okay, so this is understood about angle of elevation. What is angle of elevation? There are two things: angle of elevation and angle of depression. So this is angle of elevation when you actually have to watch above. Okay, your object is tall and you are on the ground, and then you are watching that object. Okay, so that time you make an angle of elevation. Now, some points to remember, some important points to remember about the angle of elevation are given here. Okay, a plane level parallel to Earth's surface is called the horizontal plane. Okay, the plane level, the ground level. Okay, if you draw a plane level parallel to Earth's surface, is called the horizontal plane. Okay, or a line one to parallel to horizontal plane is called horizontal line. Okay, so you observe, you have understood when you are actually standing on the ground. So that ground is actually what? This is the parallel plane, horizontal line. Okay, this horizontal line, this is a parallel plane, like your earth is there, so actually you are standing on the earth only now, and then you are watching something, so this is your parallel line. Okay, or your tree, if whenever you are watching a tree or something, the line that is just parallel to the earth, this is called horizontal line. This is called horizontal line. Okay, these many simple text are definitions are there. Theory question is there. Nothing. All the numericals are here only. Okay, but you need to understand what is horizontal line, what is angle of elevation, what is your line of sight. Okay. So now second point, if you see, if the observer moves away from the perpendicular, now this is your horizontal line. Okay. So whenever you are measuring, actually, if you see the height of a tower, the height of a building, height of a tree, so what it will be? It will be perpendicular. Okay. All the objects will be standing perpendicular. Okay. It will not be slanting. Have you ever seen a slanting building? Okay, so you will be calculating as a perpendicular, treat it as a perpendicular object. Okay, so this perpendicular, when you move away from this, okay, for example, you are standing here. Okay, I'll draw something here. Okay, you are standing here. Understood? Now, if your eyes are watching here this way, so this angle that is made, okay, actually it has to be from down. Here I am calculating because I get confused. Okay, this is the theta angle. Okay, so when you move away from this, okay, see properly read this. The second point: if the observer moves towards the perpendicular, that means towards the object. If you are moving towards that perpendicular object, the tower, the building, or tree, anything whose angle you are finding or whose angle is given, then the angle of elevation increases. Okay, and the angle of elevation increases, and if the observer moves away from the perpendicular line, then the angle of elevation decreases. From here only you observe. See, if you are moving towards the tower, then your angle of elevation will what? Will increase. Okay. Now, if you move away, I'm using different line to show this. Okay. If you are moving away, so what it will be? It will be this way. Okay. So you see, angle has changed, but this time it is little more. If you compare theta from x, so x will be less than theta. So if the observer moves towards the tower, towards the object, then the angle of elevation will increase. If you move away from the tower, then the angle of elevation will decrease. Okay, remember this. Okay, because in question it may ask that the angle was this, and when he moved away, what is the new angle? So you should know that this should be lesser, okay, or smaller angle. Now, if the height of the tower is double, okay, now if you are doubling the height of the tower, whatever height was given, suppose the height of the tower was x, and it is said in the question that the height of the tower is double, or the new building was double the height of the before tower. Okay, so if it is x and your tower height is also double, and the distance between the observer and the foot of the tower is also doubled, then the angle of elevation remains same. Okay, understood what this point is saying? That if, for example, you have calculated for this angle of elevation, okay, theta. Okay, now it is telling that your height, this is x, this is y. Okay, now your height is, the new height is doubled. Okay, now if you are doubling the height, suppose this is also x, this is also y, so the total distance will be 2y and the total is 2x. Okay, then the angle of elevation will remain theta. Understood? If you are doubling the height of the tower and you are also doubling the distance between the person and the observer and the tower, then the angle of elevation will not change. It will remain the same. Understood? If the angle of elevation of sun above the tower decreases, okay, now properly say, if the angle of elevation of the sun above the tower decreases, then the length of the shadow of a tower increases. Okay, अगर angle of elevation आपका decrease करेगा, तो length tower की increase कर जाएगी, vice versa. Okay, for example, if you are observing a tower, there is a sun. Okay, यहाँ पे sun है, इसका angle of elevation जो है, इसका जो है अगर decrease करेगा, this will decrease. Okay, the angle of elevation will decrease, then the height of the tower will increase. Understood? Any doubt in the points? Now the new angle is angle of depression. Now what is the difference between angle of depression and angle of elevation? Elevation, when you are standing on the ground and you have to observe the object by lifting your head up. Okay, but for example, you are standing on the roof of the building and you are observing someone standing down. Okay, so then your angle will be downward. Okay, you will be watching, your eyes will bend. Okay, you will be watching downward. Okay, so at that time, the angle that is made between the line of sight and the horizontal distance is called the angle of depression. Okay, for example, if this is a tower or this is a building, in fact, okay, this is a building and you are standing here. Okay, you are standing here, and now what will this angle? This angle will be angle of depression. Okay, and this is your line of sight. Okay, because you are watching here. This is your object. Okay, this is your object. So the line between the eyes and the object that the observing is line of sight. And what is angle of depression and angle of elevation? It is made between the line of sight and the horizontal line. So this is your horizontal line. Horizontal line. Okay, this is the parallel line between the parallel line with the earth. Okay, that's why it's a horizontal line. And this is your angle of depression. Okay, now wait, I will just change it and then tell you. Any problem? Any issues still here? Or you need to ask anything till here? Angle of elevation and angle of depression. Anyone? Any doubt? Now, some important points about angle of depression. Okay, the angle of depression that we have studied just now. Okay, the angle of depression of point P as seen from the point O is always equal to the angle of depression of O as seen from P. Okay, so it is telling you that if you have drawn, okay, if you have drawn this way, okay, O, A, P. Okay, now this will be line of sight. This is line of sight. Line of Right, this angle theta is your angle of depression. Okay, now this angle will be equal to the angle of depression, and this is your horizontal line. Okay, so the angle of elevation of a point P, if you are taking the angle of elevation from point P is same as the angle of depression when you see at from point O. Okay, from if it is of point O. Understood? Any doubt in this? So whenever there is angle of depression, so you are going to treat this as a same because this will be the same. Okay, so you will take it as angle of elevation. Okay, same angle. If this is 30, this is 30, because when you need to find out, you're going to apply trigonometry. Maybe your perpendicular is given, base is given, hypo is given, or two things are given, and you have to find out this angle theta. We'll see when we are doing the sum. Okay, the angle of elevation and depression are always acute angle. Okay, remember that, because see, if you are measuring a tower, okay, from horizontal, you are going to watch upward or downward. This will be 90 degree only because this will be object will be always perpendicular. So other two angles will be always acute angle only. Okay. So the angle of elevation or angle of depression will always be an acute angle. Okay. And solving problem. And now when you are solving problem, observer is represented by a point and object is represented by a line, segment, or a point. Okay. Understood? Because most of the time you will be finding that there is a statement form. Okay, from that statement you have to draw the diagram. Many times the diagram is also given, but mostly the diagrams are not given. Okay, you have to draw the diagram and then you have to solve it. Okay, and always in your height and distance problem, draw the diagram. Okay, now let's see, any doubt in angle of elevation, angle of depression, horizontal line, or line of sight? Anybody? Okay, let's see the problem based on heights and distance. Now what type of problem you see? If you see the first question. Okay. Now what is given here? Yeah, the question is too long. Okay. Now what's written here? Find the angular elevation of the sun. Angular elevation of the sun. You have to find the angular elevation of the sun. That means you have to find the angle of elevation. Okay. So when the shadow of 10-meter long pole. Okay, there is a pole whose height is 10 meter. Okay. When the shadow of 10-meter long pole is 10 root 3 meter. Okay, this 10 root 3 is the shadow of the pole. Okay, now if you draw the diagram here, how will be your diagram? Let's see what will be the diagram. Okay, so you have to find out the angle of elevation. Okay, so you have to find out this. Okay, angle of elevation of the sun. Here is your sun, you can say. Okay, and here you can observe is at I. Okay, now shadow of 10 meter. Now this is the tower and this is 10 meter long. Okay, and the shadow is what? 10 root 3 meter. Okay, now you have to find the angle of elevation. Now how can you find the angle of elevation? Who can tell me? You can treat it as A, B, C. Okay, now who is going to tell me how we can find the angle of elevation? Shazam?
AB square plus BC square equal to CA square. That is the Pythagoras theorem.
Pythagoras theorem. By the Pythagoras theorem, you can find out value of AC, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
But we have to find the angle of elevation, that is theta.
Because the man will use tan theta.
You have to use trigonometry.
Yes, ma'am, tan theta.
Given. This is what? If you see the angle theta, for angle theta, if you see, so AB is what? AB is equal to base. Am I right? Because this is an angle which is, this is side which is just touching your angle. Okay, so this will be the base. And if you see BC, so it will be a perpendicular. Yes. So now tell me, you already know the value of base and perpendicular. Now, which trigonometric ratio can be calculated with the help of base and perpendicular value? Shazan, which trigonometric, or who is going to tell? Safia, can you tell me which trigonometric value can be calculated with the help of base and
Ma'am, tangent.
Tan theta. I said as the first tan theta.
You can say tangent is correct. Generally, we use tangent.
Ma'am, tan theta is already used to find
In
the
fact,
slope.
cot theta also you can use, because it will be base upon perpendicular.
Perpendicular.
No, for tan it is perpendicular by base. I'm saying you can use cot also. Cot will be base upon perpendicular. Both things you can use. Okay. So tan theta will be perpendicular upon base, P by B. So it will be what? P. 10 upon 10 root 3. Yes. So 10 upon 10 root 3 will give you 1 upon root 3. So which tan angle is whose, or you can say किस tan angle की value आपकी 1 by root 3 है? Is going to tell. For what value of tan theta?
Ma'am, 30 degrees.
Yes, very good. 30. Tan 30 degree is equal to 1 by root 3. Okay. So theta will be equal to 30 degree. Okay, understood? Very nice, Apia. Okay. So theta will be equal to 30 degree. Everybody understood? Are you going to do the sum? Now let's see another. Okay. Okay. Now what is written here? Another question. Okay, a tower is 200-meter high. So there is a tower. Okay, you can see there is a tower which is 200-meter high. Find the angle of elevation of its top. Okay, angle of elevation of its top from a point 200 root 2 meter away from its top. Away from its top. Okay, so this point is 202 meter away from the top, and you have to find out angle of elevation theta. Now, how can we find out angle of elevation? Which trigonometric ratio uses perpendicular and if you say here, this is perpendicular and this is hypo. So, which trigonometric ratio is going to use perpendicular and hypo? Sin theta. Sin theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypo. Okay. So, sin theta will be equal to 200 meter upon 200 by root 2. So, it will be equal to 1 upon root 2. Okay. Sin theta. So, sin theta is equal to at what 1 by root 2, so sine 45 degree. Sine 45 degrees, so theta will be equal to 45 degree. Any doubt? And if you are going to use cosec instead of sine, the values will be same or not? If you are going, because cosec also has
the same but inverse.
No, you will then get cosec. Let's see, cosec theta will be equal to what? Hypo upon perpendicular? Yes. So it will be 200 root 2 upon 200. Yes. So it will give you root 2. Okay. Cosec theta is equal to root 2. So cosec theta is equal to, when the cosec will give you root 2, cosec 45 degree. Still theta is what? 45 degree or reverse? I told you, because you can use, if you are using cosec also, then also you will get the same answer. It is not wrong. Okay. It depends. It should be only, you have to take care that you are using the correct formula. Okay. So you can use either sine or cosec. Both way you will get the same answer. Okay. Like in the this question. This one where we have used tan theta. In fact, you can use cot theta also, because cot theta also can be calculated with the help of perpendicular and base. If I am going to write cot theta is equal to base upon perpendicular in the same question. So it will be 10 root 3 upon 10. Okay, so it will be cot theta will be equal to what? Root 3. Okay, so cot theta, when cot theta will give you root 3, 30 degree, cot 30 degree. Yeah, so it will be theta will be equal to 30 degree. Understood? So both way is correct. Any confusion in the question? Any confusion? Anybody?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So let's see another question. In this chapter, you will find only questions only. Okay. All the theory have been already done. Okay. Now find a point 15 meter from a point 15 meter away from the foot of a tower. Okay. So there is a tower again. There is a tower. From a point 15 meter away from the foot of the tower. So there is a point just 15 meter away from the foot of the angle of elevation at the top of the tower is 30 degree. Now here, your angle of elevation is already given 30 degree. Find the height of the tower. Now you have to find out if you're writing ABC, so you have to find out height, which is equal to BC, which is equal to not known. Okay. Now how can we find out the height of the tower BC? Sepia, any idea? Angle of elevation is given. Okay, and AB is also given. So how can we
Ma'am, by using tan theta.
Okay, very good. Tan theta. So here theta is already given. So tan 30 degree will be equal to BC upon AB. Okay, so tan 30 degree value is what? 1 upon root 3. Okay, and BC value is not known. So I am writing BC only, and AB is 15. Okay, so BC will be equal to 15 root 3. Okay, understood? So now you have to place the value of root 3. Okay, so get the exact value of your tower. Okay, understood? Any doubt in this? You can, or if you want to you don't want to divide it, so you can do in this way also. 3 5 15 upon root 3. So root 3 get cancelled. So 5 root 3, and then instead of dividing, you can multiply the value of root 3. Root 3 value is 1.732. Yeah. Remember the value of root 3 and root 2. That will help you out. Okay. It will be 8.66 meter. Okay. Instead of dividing by root 3, which will be a tough one. Okay. You can simply do this way. Okay. To get the exact height. Okay. And instead of tan theta, you can use other values also. Okay. In fact, wherever the base is used, in fact, you can use cos theta also. Okay. Because cos theta also include the base. Okay. But no, you cannot use cos theta because you have to find out the value of BC. You can use cot theta only. Okay. Tan theta and cot theta only. This was question number 3. So question number 4. Okay. Now The angle of elevation of a ladder. Now everybody just try to solve this question and then I'm going to ask the answer. Okay. The angle of elevation of a ladder leaning against a wall is 60 degree and the foot of the ladder is 9.5 meter away from the wall. Find the length of the ladder. Everybody do this question. I will ask in 5 minutes and I will start from Rudronia, Safia and then Shazan this way. Roshni is not there.
When may I do the sum and send you on your number?
Yeah, Shazan?
When may I do the sum and send you on your number?
Of course you can do that.
Okay.
That will be guess.
No, I'm not making the diagram of the ladder. I'm just making a triangle right angle.
Yeah. You don't have to draw the diagram. Don't worry about the diagrams. I showed you now where the point object you have for line of sight you are going to make, for eye you are going to make a point. Okay. So you just make a straight line only for tower everywhere. Rudronia, are you doing?
Yes, ma'am, I'm done.
Okay. So can you tell me the exact answer?
Was it 19?
Yeah, very good. Safia, have you got the answer?
Yes, ma'am, it's 19, ma'am.
And Safia? So let's see.
ma'am.
Have you got the answer?
No.
Okay, so let's see just quickly, we'll review it. Okay, so what's given here? Find the angle of elevation of a ladder leaning against a wall. Okay, okay, so this is a wall and this is your ladder. Okay, this is your ladder. Now, angle of elevation, this is 60 degree. Okay, and the foot of the ladder is 9.5 meter away from the wall. Find the length of the ladder. Now this time you have to find, if you write A, B, C, so you have to find out the value of AC, which is not drawn. This is the length of the ladder. Length of the ladder.
I'm not taking the answer.
Yes, Shazan?
Ma'am, actually, ma'am, hypotenuse is given. Base is not given.
Base is only given. See? And the foot of the ladder is 9.5 meter away from the wall.
I will check my sum.
Cos 60 degree. Yeah, cos 60 degree.
Ma'am, I got 9.5 into root 3.
Yes. What you got, Satya?
9.5 into root 3.
9.5 into 3. It's actually 19 centimeter. Which what is here? Answer, exact answer is given. 19 meter. 9.5 into 2. It should be 9.5 into 2. Check the value of cos theta. Or is it something wrong here?
Okay, ma'am, I think I got the question wrong.
Okay, what you have done? Actually, this AC is not given. It's BC is given here. So, ma'am, just read the question properly. Cos 60 degree will be.
How many question? Again, once again.
No, ma'am, I solved for the hypotenuse.
Okay, so let me check. Shazan, please.
Ma'am, can you show the question once again?
Yeah, of course. BC upon BC.
Okay, ma'am, so we have to find the length of AC.
Yes, length of the ladder.
We got wrong.
Yes, you did it wrong. Where's cos 60 degree? Cos 60 degree value is what, Shazam? Yeah, it's 1 by 2.
3 by 8.
1.5 into AC.
And then after you have the same answer.
See, you in the diagram you have drawn wrong, but in the calculation you have done the correct thing. That's why you got the answer 19. That's what I wanted to see. That how can you get 19 if you're doing wrong? Check the calculation. You are in the diagram you have written AC 9.5, and in the question, in the whole process you are finding AC.
Yes, ma'am, you are right. I'm so sorry. BC was given. BC was given 9.5.
Yes.
BC is 9.5. Okay. No,
If in your diagram what it is, I don't know. Yeah, BC was given according to you. Okay, understood. So AB is given because this is your ladder. Because ladder is actually leaning towards the wall. Okay, ladder को जब भी आप रखते हो तो किसी चीज पे आप slant करके रखते हो. ठीक है. So this is not known. Okay. So from here you have to find out AC and AB is given. So we are going to use cos theta is equal to AB upon AC. Okay. So cos 60 degree will be 1 upon 2. Yeah. And this will be 9.5 upon AC. Okay. So AC will be 9.5 into 2, which is 19 centimeter. 19 meter, sorry. 19 meter. Okay. Now, similarly, last question. Everybody do this question also. Here, angle of depression is given. Okay. Understood? So find the top of the building. From the top of the building, 86 meter high. Top of the building, 86 meter high. That means the building is of 86 meter. Okay. The angle of depression of a point on the level ground is 45 degree. Calculate the distance of the point from the foot of the building. How you're going to do? See, angle of, okay. So this is your building. So this is 86 meter high. Understood? Now what is given here? That angle of depression is 45 degree. Now this is your objective here. If you are observing, so angle of depression is given. That means this is 45 degree. Okay. Now you can name it as A, BC. Okay, so this angle is given. Okay, now if this angle is given, this is same as this. If you watch from angle B, from angle B elevation, so this will be 45 degree. Okay, so from this, if you calculate, what you have to find out, calculate the distance of the point from the foot of the building. Acha, okay, you have to find out AB. Okay, you have to find out AB. So AB will be base, and we know so we can apply for tan 45 degree. Okay, so tan 45 degree will be equal to AC upon AB. Okay, AC upon AB. So tan 45 degree is 1, which is equal to AC is what? AC is 86 upon AB. Okay, so AB will be also be equal to 86 meter. Okay, and the distance of the point from the foot of the building is 86 meter. Any doubt, anybody? That for angle of elevation, angle of depression, how you're going to solve? Okay, so this is the way that you are going to do for angle of elevation, depression. Sorry. Okay, let's see one more question. After that, I will end it. Okay, that's it. Okay. Okay. Everybody try to just draw the diagram, and you can message me. Okay, in the group. Okay. The main thing here is the diagram. If you have drawn the diagram correct, then you are going to calculate correctly. Okay. So just read the question. In a violent storm, a tree got bent by the wind. Okay, the whole tree got bent. Okay, the top of the tree meets the ground. Okay, that it is fallen. Okay, the whole tree is fallen like this. Okay, and the top of the tree meets the ground at an angle.
Ma'am, I understood the question, ma'am. The theta is 30 degree and the base is 30 meter.
At a distance of 30 meter from the root. Yeah. At what height from the bottom did the tree get bent? Now, what is the diagram? Can you send me the diagram after drawing, Chazan?
Yes, ma'am.
This is not very, like you used to draw the triangle. It is just not that triangle only.
What? It's not a triangle?
It will be drawn a triangle, but read properly. At what height? You have to find out the total height of that tree also.
Ma'am, only base is given.
Also. Okay. Now see, your height, a whole tree was there. Okay. Just imagine that this is your tree. The complete tree. I'm not drawing a structure of the tree. This is your tree. Okay. This AB is your tree. Now in the storm, it got bent. And then what happened? The top of the tree meets the ground. Okay. So this portion, this A, from A it got bent. So I am assuming that, yeah, see here, that is incomplete. Okay. From anywhere, we don't know from where it got bent. Okay. It is telling you the top of the tree meets the ground at angle of 30 degree. So this is 30 degree. Okay. Now this A point only got bent. Okay, everybody, this A point only got bent. Understood? So now this whole tree, and what is your base? Base is given as 30 meter. This is 30 meter. Okay. Now you can assume that here you can mark as C, here you can mark as D. So this BC you can take as X, A, B, anything, and this I'm taking as Y. So the height of the tree, if you see the height of the tree is AB. Okay, which is equal to X plus Y. Okay, now what you have to tell me, at what height from the bottom? It is asking you two things. At what height from the bottom did the tree get bent? So kahan se wo tree bent hui thi? You have to tell this also, from where it got bent. So that means from the ground level. Okay, so that means you have to calculate DC value also, and what was the original height of the tree. Okay, original height kya thi tree ki. Okay, so you have to calculate X and Y also. Now if you see here, observe that this A point only came on the D. Okay, क्योंकि यही ट्री आपकी बेंड होके ज्वाइन हो रही है बेस से 30 डिग्री पे. दैट मींस दिस AC इज इक्वल टू DC. ओके, ये एक्चुअली कोइंसिडेंट पॉइंट है. थोड़ी देर के लिए सोचो तो ये A वहां पे एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं कर रहा है, वही A आपका ज्वाइन हुआ है. ओके, दिस ट्री गॉट बेंड एंड केम हियर. Understood? So this is AC is also Y and DC is also Y because this is a part of the tree. Okay, now you have to find out X also and Y also. Now for finding of X, okay, first we can find the X, and then by Pythagoras theorem we can find Y. Okay, so for finding X we know the base. Okay, so we can apply tan 30 degree. So tan 30 degree will be equal to BC upon DD. Okay, so tan 30 degree will be equal to 1 upon root 3 equal to BC upon 30 meter. Okay, yes, so BC value will be equal to what? 3 10 the 30, no? So 10 root 3. Okay, I have cancelled the denominator root 3 for easy calculation. Okay, you can say it is 10 root 3 X value. Okay, now that means the tree got bent at the point of 10 root 3 meter from the ground. 10 root 3 meter करने के बाद वहां पे tree bend हुई थी. Okay, now if you want to calculate Y, so Y is equal to, you can calculate directly from here also Y, from using the angles only. Okay, so I'm using different color. Perpendicular and base. Yeah.
Now can I ask a question, ma'am? How BC is 10 root 3?
For BC, it is, yeah, BC 10 root 3.
That's
Cos 30 degree is equal to, cos will be equal to 30, that is upon base upon hypo, 30 upon y. And cos 30 degree value is root 3 upon 2. Root 3 upon 2 is equal to 30 upon y, which implies that y is equal to,
Ma'am, how cos came in here, ma'am?
find out y. Finding out
Okay.
y. You can apply Pythagoras theorem also
Okay,
here.
we're having both. We need to apply both the ratios at the same time, cos and tan.
Cos and tan. See, now I'm finding y. You have got the value of x, so you can either apply Pythagoras theorem also. That is perfectly
Ma'am,
correct.
so after cos 30 equals 30 by y.
And I can use 30 also for cos also, because cos is equal to what? Base upon hypo, and this dB is base and CD is hypo. Okay, so I'm doing in that way. So y is equal to what? 2 into y will be coming here, 2 into 30 upon root 3. Okay, so that will be equal to this 20 root 3. Yes, 20 root 3. So y will be equal to 20 root 3. Now the height of you can say the height of your height of tree is equal to x plus y, which is equal to 10 root 3 plus 20 root 3. So it will be 30 root 3. Okay, or either you can do exact height, you can find out by multiplying 1.732. Okay, understood? Any doubt here?
Ma'am, after root 3 by 2 equal to 30 divided by y equals to y, what it is written?
Where you are asking? This one, cos 30 degree?
I think it will be 60 by root 3, and ma'am, after that,
60? Where 60?
I'm 13 to 2, ma'am, 60.
Okay, see what I have done. Okay, if you're writing 60 by root 3 also. So 60 can be written as, if you means you are taking 3 common here, okay? और from here only you देना, फिर आपको separate करने में फिर वही चीज होता है, ठीक है? देखो यहाँ पे मैंने क्या लिखा है 2 into 3 into 10. It can be written as like this. Yeah. So I am taking from 3. I am taking 3 root 3 as common, and I'm just cancelling it. Okay. So I can write this 2 into root 3 into root 3 into 10 upon root 3. So root 3 got cancelled. So now you got 20 root 3. Okay. The same thing I have done here also. The same thing I have done here also. If you observe here, so I have done root 3 multiplied by root 3 into 10 by root 3. This is got cancelled, so you got 10 root 3. Okay. In the denominator, why to keep root 3? And if you can cancel, if there's nothing to cancel, then you are just going to divide it. Okay. And to get the exact height, you are going to multiply it with this. Okay. 52.960 meter. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, Shazan?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody, any doubt? Rudonia, Safia, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we are ending the class here. And in next class also, there will be many more numericals on this only. Okay. So you should be prepared for your means what type of numericals can come. Okay. Because this chapter cover a good marks in your exam. Okay. 6 marks question is going to come. Okay. Sure of it. Okay. And these types of a question only will come. Okay. Okay. So till the next class, I'll be back. And yeah, I think your next class is on Sunday, everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So after Sunday, on Tuesday, your class will be there. And so Tuesday, I will be taking it because 2 chapters are pending. Okay. Of our test. The triangle chapter is also pending, and your trigonometry chapter is also pending. Okay. So triangle and trigonometry test will be there. On Tuesday, I will be taking for triangles. And after that, I will be taking for your trigonometry. Okay. Everybody. So the test date will be announced. Okay. Most probably on Sunday, I will confirm you the date. Understood? Okay. So till then, bye-bye, and just be prepared for your triangles. Okay. So bye-bye.